Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boscheman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. In this episode, we are going to first take a look at the universal cycle for September 2022, and then we're going to break it down into each individual life path and take a look at those individual forecasts. This, of course, is a general reading. If you would like a personalized reading, please book some time with me. My information is in the description box below. Also want to mention that coaching sessions for numerology, coaching with numerology, are now available again via Zoom. So I had to take them down for a little bit for personal reasons, but they are back. So if you wanted to meet face-to-face to have those coaching sessions, they're available again. I have some spots left in September, so get them while they're hot. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at September's energy, what we're working with the numerology, and how best to use that to our advantage, right? Okay, so the universal cycle for September is a 15-6 energy. So collectively, the energy of September can bring about welcomed personal freedoms, as well as larger scale freedoms, like on a global scale. However, keep in mind, the lifting of restrictions or opportunities for great progress often requires some kind of radical change after a more chaotic culmination. So the more radical change allows for a shift or a release from present limitations, allowing for much freer expression and more room to move and breathe. So no one's saying that this is necessarily going to be easy, but what it's allowing for is worth moving through it. So this can be a cycle where experiences sort of assist us in moving away from very rigid, long-held beliefs, and new beliefs can then come in, right, and bring more peace while sort of eradicating old fears. So think of September as the liberator. It's bringing this very liberating energy with it. Now, of course, as I always say, the energy can be present, but it's always what we do with it that's going to make the difference. Like if we put in the effort, if we show up, if we try to work with this energy, we're going to see the greatest rewards. If we fight it, if we try to move away from it, we're still going to get to the other side of it. But it's not going to be as comfortable, and we're just not going to sort of reap what we want. We're going to reap what we sow, right? So this can be a period when we have to be very, very decisive and make very important decisions while deciding whether those choices are self-limiting or setting us free. So overly attaching or clinging to people, things that sort of put us in a space of servitude or obligation, that can create burnout and resentment. So be very mindful about what contracts or what agreements that you choose to enter into during this cycle. If it feels good and liberating, great, go for it. You have the green light, and you probably won't have buyer's remorse. But if it feels restrictive, if it feels burdensome, or you have concerns, maybe try and wait until after this energy sort of passes. So maybe wait until the next month, if you can, right? Until you feel better about it, or again, until you have more information, if you can do that. Of course, we have to live life. We don't base it on the numerology or astrology or psychic predictions or whatever. We have to do what feels right for us in the moment. So just take this as guidance and do with it what you want. I'd also say with this energy, there's a big focus on not judging a book by its cover, especially this month. Outward appearances when it comes to a situation, especially around close relationships and or home life, can sort of cause unnecessary heartaches, trouble in partnerships, or knee-jerk reactions that carry heavy repercussions. So try to dig a bit deeper beyond the illusion to better understand the situation more holistically. Communication is golden, period. Inner realities are more trustworthy than outward appearances. But the more that you can communicate, the more that you're open to communication, the more that you can work through more quickly and just move on. And it may be that the other person is not willing to communicate. That's okay. If you tried, that's all you need to do. But in every situation, communication and real true communication where both parties are able to speak their truth and be heard, whether or not you agree with each other, but just that opportunity for that respect of conversation, just can clear up so much and alleviate so much drama. So I would say, word to the wise, especially in September, if you have an opportunity to open a line of communication, I would say do it. But again, the catchphrase for September, I think, is inner realities are more trustworthy than outward appearances. So really trust your gut, dig deeper, go with how you feel, take your time if you can, and just take your time. Throughout September especially, try to find the lighter side to a situation if you can. Even when we're going through the most difficult of challenges, laughter or even just a smile can change that energy of the moment and lift spirits. Laughter truly is the best medicine, not to sound cliche, but it truly is. And where there's laughter, there's always light. So maybe watch funny movies, spend time with children or playful animals, or surround yourself with people who can just always seem to make you laugh or giggle. We underestimate, I think, the true power and the true energy of laughter, but it is more priceless than any materialistic item on the planet. And we always have access to it. That's the thing. It's just we have to be willing to try to tap into it. When we can find our own ways of sort of looking beyond the limitations of circumstances, we bring about peace and satisfying solutions to that situation. So laughter cleanses the soul and can lead to physical healing. Laughter is a form of freedom. I'm going to say it again because I truly do believe it. Laughter is a form of freedom. So that's your forecast for September for the collective with the universal energies. Let's go ahead and take a look at the numerology and the energies for each individual life path number. Life path number 3. So I pulled an animal spirit message for you all, and you got penguin spirit. This is really beautiful energy, and it actually aligns with the undertone energy that you're working with for September. So this energy brings about sort of like 3 of Cups energy in tarot. It's a time for celebration, a time for sort of getting together with your soul groups, the people who just get you, who align with your values, who, again, where you can just be yourself and be accepted, and it's just easy. But this also brings a time of focus and potential planning. Not necessarily a time to start new things. This is a time for receiving the accolades and the rewards for things that maybe you've done previously, and a time for planning. So like focusing your energy and starting to plan for the upcoming launches or whatever it is that you want to invest in. So beautiful energy, definitely a time for potential celebrations, for more social activities, which for 3 is sort of right up your alley. So just allow yourself the time to do that. Give yourself the time to take a break, to celebrate, whatever it is that you've accomplished this far, even if it doesn't feel big, it's okay. So this is meant to be a time for celebration. So definitely, and a time for like coming together. Like if you think about the penguin, typically, especially when there's when there's the baby penguins, either the mom or the dad will go away for like a long period of time to like fill up on food, right? To bring it back to the little one. And then the mom will go and then the dad will go type thing. And so they take turns. And so when they come together, it's like this time for celebration. It's this time of like communion, and reconnection. And so it may be that you are reconnecting with someone that you haven't seen in a really long time, and that feels really good. Just allow yourself the time and the space to really enjoy that and appreciate it. Okay, so for the month of September for you all, we're looking at, again, like this undercurrent energy of the 9. So this is going to be a period of possible completions and endings, again, where things sort of come to a close. And with that closure, oftentimes there are some kind of like rewards granted or recognition often follow, or profound insights into like the next chapter, like the next steps. This isn't necessarily a period for big new starts, but rather receiving the rewards of past efforts. So it's a good period, again, for planning, for sort of allowing those big new ideas to percolate, for planting new seeds. So yeah, if big ideas come in, write them down and just take some time to like meditate with them, play with them, explore them, start to really plan how you can work to make them a reality without starting the actual process this month. Now, for some people, of course, you may have to. And that's okay. You know, we can't live our lives by the numerology, but it's just saying like the energy is not as supportive for big launches or big new endeavors or starting these big new ideas, but it is very supportive for the planning process, for trying to figure out like next steps and what that looks like, because chances are like new insights will come in to help build upon that, so that when you do step into those big launches and start that process, you'll have everything that you need to really be successful in that endeavor. So yeah, this can also be a period that brings about change. So there may be some things or some people that fall away, but chances are like you already knew those things needed to fall away, or maybe they were toxic or they weren't working out or whatever. So that's kind of like, this is a period because 9 is such a spiritual energy where divine intervention can come in and be like, okay, we're taking this away now because it's no longer serving you. And maybe you've had some chances to release it and you haven't. And so the universe steps in and says, we're going to do this for you. We're going to make this easy for you. Not necessarily easy, but we're going to make the decision for you. So just keep that in mind. If it falls away, it was meant to, and move through it the way that however you need to move through it. But really try to focus your energies this month on, again, your soul group, the people that you're able to connect with, who get you, that are easy, that are supportive, that regulate your nervous system, right? As opposed to deregulating it. So not a lot of stress. This is a time for, again, just enjoyment and social endeavors and planning your next steps and getting excited about that. Like allow yourself to get focused and excited about the next journey, like the next chapter, while also appreciating and enjoying the present moment, of course. So I hope it's a beautiful September for you all threes. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.